What is up, crypto fam? I hope everybody had a wonderful and Merry Christmas. I know I did. I enjoyed time at my house with my mother and my family and my dogs. And actually, my dog had a litter of puppies for Christmas, so that was a present to ourselves. We got five boys and one girl, and that's Australian Shepherds. And out of that litter came two red merles and four red tries. But yeah, so it's been a great Christmas. I hope it's been great for y'all. The new year's coming up shortly, and I know 2020 is just going to be clear vision, guys. Clear vision in 2020. You know it's true. All right, guys, so I wanted to make a short video today. Some pretty big news came out, and this is by David Javans, and he's at the Rakuten convention, but he's actually the CEO of CipherTrace, and he's speaking. So it's just a short clip, 21 seconds, guys. So let me show y'all.
So there's over 1,600 cryptocurrencies today that use blockchain. So all of us have probably heard about Bitcoin, some of us about Ethereum. In Japan, almost every bank is starting to work with something called XRP, or you may know it as Ripple. And there's many others.
He said it right there, guys. In Japan, almost every bank is starting to adopt XRP and use XRP. And well, I looked them up, and this is just Wikipedia, guys. If you guys want to go a little bit deep diver on them, feel free to leave some comments what you find. Anyway, he's the founder and chief executive officer of CipherTrace, a company providing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency intelligence, forensics, and anti-money laundering compliance. Guys, and you can keep reading and he just has a long list and stacked resume. So, I mean, this guy knows what he's talking about when he says something. And he has a lot of credibility, too. Anyway, CipherTrace is a cryptocurrency intelligence for anti-money laundering compliance. So, I looked at the website. It's a real nice website. You know they know what they're doing. It's at a commercial scale, so I'm sure they're working with governments and law enforcement. So that's pretty big news, guys. I mean, he said it himself. Just listen to that part one more time.
1,600 cryptocurrencies today that use blockchain. So all of us have probably heard about Bitcoin, some of us about Ethereum. In Japan, almost every bank is starting to work with something called XRP.
Guys, look. So he said we've all heard of Bitcoin. Some of us have heard of Ethereum. And before he states the third cryptocurrency, he states almost every bank in Japan is about to adopt it.
You may know it as Ripple. And there's many others.
And there's many others. So, I mean, when he said that, he was pointing out XRP. So, guys, I mean, this is a great investment we have. And I want to go over one other article. And this is Ripple caps record year with 200 million Series C funding. And this has gone around a little bit. This came out December 20th. And there's two big things about this is that they got a Series C funding. It's not necessarily the 200 million, which that's a nice stack, but the Series C funding, and they got evaluated at 10 billion. A company this early got evaluated at 10 billion, which is super big news. So, I mean, I'm going to go over what Series A, B, C is as quickly as I can. I'm just going to do a brief summary, kind of explain how big news this is that they achieved Series C funding. Okay, so there's Series A, B, and C funding, and a lot of times a business will go to A, B, or C to provide funding and to prepare for an IPO. So I just want to touch on some points here, but okay, so first we go into Series A. Okay, so Series A, once a business has developed a track record, that company may opt for Series A funding in order to further optimize its user base and products offering. Opportunity may be taken to scale that the product across different markets. In this round, it is important to have a plan for developing a business model that will generate long-term profit. Oftentimes, seed startups have great ideas that generate a substantial amount of enthusiast users, but a company doesn't know how to monetize the business. Typically, Series A rounds raise approximately 2 million to 15 million, but this number has increased on average due to high tech industry valuations. All right, and so that's Series A. So Series A is basically, I got a business. It's a great model. We're still looking to develop it. We need funding for that. So then you move on to B, and B is for build. So Series B rounds are all about taking business to the next level, past the development stage. Investors help startups get their expanding market reach. Companies that have gone through seed and Series A funding rounds had already developed substantial user bases and had proven to investors that they are prepared for success on a larger scale. Series B funding is used to grow the company that it can meet these levels of demand. So B is for build. So Series B was for build. Now, Ripple has done Series A and B, and together they raised $55 million. So I believe the first round was 15, and then whatever the difference was round B, but I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me. And then we go to Series C. So businesses that make it to Series C funding sessions are already quite successful. These companies look for additional funding in order to help them develop new products, expand into new markets, or even to acquire other companies. In Series C rounds, investors inject capital into the meat of the successful business in an effort to receive more than double the amount of back. Series C funding is focused on scaling the company, growing as quickly and as successfully as possible. You hear that? Series C funding is focusing on scaling the company, growing as quickly and as successfully as possible. Guys, just let us know where we are at. What's Ripple at in their plan? Well, they're getting ready to scale. They've been developing, they've been building, and now it's time to scale. It's already been proven. They got long-term, and often Series C funding is to prepare for an IPO and go public. That's really important. I mean, so Ripple's planning on going public, basically. I don't know when it's going to happen. Is it going to happen in the next year? Is it going to happen in the next 3 years? Who knows? Time is the question, but it's not a if. It's just a when, guys. And last, I wanted to touch about this last saying, and as we tend to overestimate the effect of technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run. And that is Amara's law. So that's a law, guys. We tend to overestimate the effect of a technology in the short run and underestimate the effect in the long run. So just decide, think about that quote or that law. Leave any questions in the comments. Tell me, guys, what you think about the Series C funding. Well, thanks. That was XRP Thor. Can't wait to hear from y'all next time.